options. All right, you guys, Team Talk Tuesday. It is the last Tuesday in May. Does it seem like a Monday for anyone being the day after Memorial Day? I feel like it does. I had double the Zooms today. Monday is my super heavy Zoom day. And so all of my Monday Zooms pushed to Tuesday and all my Tuesday Zooms still held. So I've been on Zoom all day. All right, let's do this. Let me tell you what we're talking about tonight. Tonight we're diving into a topic apparently words are hard today too. We're diving into a topic that can completely shift the direction of your business this summer. Okay. And it's one that I'm really passionate about and feel really strong about. We're going to do this in a little different order. Usually we kick off with announcements, but the announcements are a little further down in my training because the announcements are some of the things that we're doing to pivot this summer. So you get them a little further down, just so you know. So bear with me if it seems a little different today. So I want to talk tonight about how to maintain momentum in your business and why you shouldn't put your business on vacation this summer. And I want to talk a little bit about what happens if you do, the damage it can cause. Because it's really important. So here's the thing. We're going to talk about how to work differently without disappearing and how to keep filling your funnel. So what is a funnel? We'll talk about that. All while enjoying your family, vacation, and sunshine, pool time, beach time, whatever summer looks like for you. Because here's the truth. And I'm just going to give you guys some tough love tonight that some of you might not like so much, but it's authentically me. Summer is not a season to stop. It's a reason to pivot. I know some of you don't like that word pivot, but it's a reason to pivot, but it is not a reason to stop. So here's what we're talking about. We're going to talk about what happens when you do pause your business for the summer. We're going to talk about momentum and why it matters, how today's efforts pay off with your future, and along the same lines, if you stop working your business this summer, what happens to your fall? Okay. We're going to talk about how to pivot, not pause, how to work in pockets of time with intention, how to work in and we're going to talk about what your customers actually want this season because it looks different. Customers purchase a little differently in the summer. And then I'm going to give you updates for our Team Talk Tuesday summer edition, updates for our summer edition of the Inner Circle and our opportunity group. And finally, a full list of ways. I promised you some ways to close out your month really strong because we're still in May. We're not to June yet. It's not summer yet. Some of your kids might be out of school. Your grandkids might be out of school. Some of you might be getting ready for vacations. Some of you might have had a holiday vacation, but we still have the rest of the week to close out your May. And a couple of you told me in the chat that you are really close to your best May ever. And so that's an opportunity you don't want to miss. Some of you are close to that and to the monthly sales award. That, not only does that help check off a square on the bingo card, but that gets you in the right place to earn the annual sales award. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let's jump in. Momentum. Let's talk about momentum. So here's the thing. And I've used a couple different analogies over the years for momentum. Often I talk about the merry-go-round that you run around and you jump on, and then it keeps you going for a while. But I want to use a different analogy today. I want you to imagine that you are standing behind a huge rock, a big boulder, like the one that you have to lean up and push. So I literally want you to put your hands up like you're leaning up to push a big old rock. Okay. So you're leaning and that rock is heavy and it is slow. Okay. And so it's slow, it stalls. You're like, oh, it's a lot of work to get this boulder moving. But here's what happens. You're pushing it, you're grinding. Eventually the boulder starts moving, right? About the time you think your back's going to give out, or maybe you have someone who comes behind you and helps you push. So when that boulder starts rolling, that is your consistency paying off. That boulder is your business, the momentum of your business in motion. So when it starts to roll and move because you've got it going and then it keeps going, that is consistency paying off. It's momentum, it's visibility, it's people remembering your name and that you have a Scentsy business. What happens if you stop pushing? Well, it slows, it stalls, eventually it stops. And depending upon the incline, it might even roll backwards and hit you. Okay. When it stops, it takes all the work to start over again. All that effort, the grunt work that you used, and every time you start over again, it gets harder. Okay. It's harder to build the momentum every single time you start over. For one thing, because you're tired. And because you're like, gosh, this is more effort than it was last time. You're right, it is, because your body's tired, right? And every time you stop, like your customers are kind of like, where did they go? Where did they go? Why did they disappear? Are they still doing this? Have you ever had a customer say to you, do you still do that Scentsy thing? Okay. That's a sign that you need to keep that boulder in motion, right? I love it when someone says to me, do you still do that little fun candle business thing on the side? I'm like, if you only knew. Um, so here's the thing. You have to keep going this summer if you want to build momentum. Otherwise, it's really hard to rebuild and you're going to lose some of what you lost. So an example, if you stop following up for 2 to 3 weeks, for example, when you reach out to your customers, it feels awkward. It feels cold. Some of you have said, I haven't reached out to some of them. I haven't followed up in years. Like some of your customers don't know you have a business anymore at that point, right? So you can't do it. If you stop posting, what happens to the algorithm? You tank it, you destroy it, right? Your engagements like tanks. Your next offer, barely seen by anyone. And the algorithm is so tough to start with, like only 2 to 3% of people on average see your posts. You stop posting, it's worse, right? You pause your VIP group. They forget why they're even there. They don't even go to that page anymore because why would they? Because there's nothing that you're sharing there. They're like, oh, clearly she's not working this summer, so I'm not going to go there, right? So you can't afford to lose the momentum, especially in a business that thrives on personal connection. We're in a relationship business, and your business is determined by that personal connection. So if you stop now, you're essentially deciding to slow down your fall sales and your momentum. The mom that you connect with at a swim lesson this summer, she might host a party in September. The sample that you mailed last week might turn into a customer next month. The customer that joins Scentsy Club now helps you earn incentives later. They might even join later, right? So you plant the seeds now, you keep watering them all summer. The fall harvest is coming, but it's not coming unless you do the work now. So here's your reminder. It is okay to rest. It is okay to be present. I want you to rest. I want you to be present. It's okay to have fun this summer. Like you do this business for yourself and to add value and for your family. And so I want you to do those things. But if you want a business that thrives, or heck, if you want a business that even survives, it's not okay to quit for the summer. And I think this is one of the biggest mistakes that people think. They think it's an if or it's not. You can have them both. So let's talk about a funnel. What is a funnel? So, comes in from the top, feeds down. Some always trickles out the bottom, right? But if you don't have new people coming in from the top, new followers, new customers, new contacts, people you've seen, then your funnel dries out because you can only ask the same people to do the same thing so many times. So you always have to be bringing new people into your funnel. So your business lives and it dies by your funnel. And that means, as I said, meeting new people, adding value, sampling, following up, inviting. And if you're not consistently doing that, your funnel dries up. That was my son calling me now. Apparently people in my house don't realize what time I Zoom. I'm just saying. So here are some examples of a summer funnel fillers, things you can do. I want you to be present and I want you to work around your life, but you can work around your life. So, I was like, he's asking me something that's really timely. He's just going to have to deal with it. So for example, you can chat with other moms at the park or the pool. You can bring, so say you're going to get to like a nail appointment or a hair appointment, you can bring a fragrance flower with you to gift to the person doing it. You can create engaging posts with polls, questions, calls to action. You can run some kind of referral program in the summer. You can ask happy customers for 3 names of people who might need to earn a little extra money. You can offer party bags at barbecues or picnics. Now, like tastefully and with permission of the person hosting it, right? You can post your top 3 travel must-haves and invite people to send you messages about it. Even 3 to 5 new contacts a week makes a difference. Okay. So keep adding all summer long. Like if you added 5 new contacts each week for 12 weeks, all summer long, June, July, and August, that would be 60 new people you would have engaged with or met during the summer. That could be 60 new customers. That could be 60 people making referrals for you. That could be 60 people who might know someone that needs a fundraiser. That could be 60 people who might know community events that might need a vendor in the fall. That might be 60 people who could be potential new hosts for you, or 60 potential new team members. Simple, consistent, small, actionable work adds up over the course of the summer. So I want you to pivot, not pause. So let's talk real life, because summer does look differently, and that's okay. Your schedule's going to change. Maybe you have kids at home. Maybe you're going to go on vacation. Maybe you're just on the go more. Maybe you like to work from the pool or spend time more outside. Maybe you have a garden you spend time in. And that is fine. So your business is going to have to shift to accommodate your new schedule, but different doesn't mean done. So summer is meant to be lived. And I don't want you glued to your phone or sitting in an office all summer, but I also don't want you disappearing. So here are some ideas of what you could do. Okay. Now they're all just ideas, and I'm going to encourage you to drop more ideas in the chat that you have. Okay. So number 1, you might have to adjust your schedule. Maybe you get up, maybe you have got small kids at home. Or if you have teenagers, they probably don't really care because they probably don't get up super early. But maybe you need to get up before your house wakes up, maybe 30 minutes early. 30 minutes early can make a big difference. Or maybe you need to spend some intentional time working before people, when everyone else in your family's in bed. And that just might be a sacrifice that you commit to this summer, so you can be present during the hours that everyone's awake, right? Maybe you need to be really intentional of what you're doing. Some of you create systems that are super complicated. Some of you even create systems you don't even use. This is not a season to be spending your time creating things that you aren't going to use. This is not a season to be spending time on fluff. Be a good steward of your time, your money, and your resources. So you have a pocket of time, and you're going to be intentional with how you're going to use it. Maybe you want to batch your content weekly. Okay. Maybe you want to schedule it. That's social media content, right? Maybe that's your VIP group. Maybe that's your personal page or a business page, or however you're going to, share with your audience. You might need to connect with team members differently. If they're local, maybe you want to do a monthly get together. It can be social. It doesn't have to be all training. Maybe it's something in the summer where they bring their families, right? And you don't have to foot the expense for them. Everyone can pitch in and bring something, right? Like, that's fun. People like that. Maybe you want to schedule your posts or your text campaigns. Project Broadcast might be your best friend this summer, or schedule your social media. Maybe if you're getting up early or working late, some of you are saying, but I can't connect with my customers then. But you can, because you can schedule those messages, right? They don't have to go at 5 a.m. if that's when you're choosing to get up and work for 30 minutes. You can schedule them. I don't know about Android users, but iPhone users can also schedule text messages. So text messages maybe came in while you were at the pool, and I don't want you to have your phone in the pool, but you could maybe sit back down that evening and you could schedule the replies for the next morning. Okay. You don't have to reply to everything the second it comes in. No one expects you to be a servant of your phone or your business. Okay. And you also can't create the philosophy that this business is great and you can work it anywhere and anytime around your schedule if you don't peacefully work either. If your business dictates you and you don't dictate it, that isn't any good, right? So you can set your VIP group up with weekly engagement. Maybe you want to schedule all your content for their games, giveaways, spotlights. And yes, you can do a giveaway on your VIP group. Just understand you have to do it right. You can't link it to a purchase or any specific action, right? You can say everyone who comments or everyone who refers someone will go into a drawing for this. You can't say everyone who purchases, right? That's different. That's a pay for play. That's a little different. Can't do that in a VIP group or anywhere. Maybe you want to create 3 to 5 videos that you can recycle and repurpose throughout the summer. Make them evergreen. What does that mean? That means you aren't talking about, hey, it's Tuesday after holiday, or hey, I just had the best June ever, right? They're all generic and you can repurpose them. Repurposing content is powerful and people need to see things over and over again, right? Some of you are like, well, I already shared Lilo and Stitch. Great, share it again. We still have products available. Like 3% of your customers probably saw that if you posted it on social media the first time, right? Maybe you want to swap childcare. Maybe you've got a friend who needs a couple hours once a week and you do too, and you can swap play dates with your kiddos if you have small kids. Maybe you want to create dates in advance on your calendar when you're available. So pull out your June calendar, cross off, plan all the important things first, put that vacation in, put those family times in, put the non-negotiables in first, and then identify the periods of time when you are available to do parties or online parties so you don't accidentally book something at a time that isn't going to work for you. Okay. Super important. Schedule your family and fun in first. And there's still pockets of time left, I promise you. Maybe you want to pre-schedule your emails or your newsletters, anything that you're doing if you're going to be away. For example, I just finished over the weekend my June team and customer newsletters. Now you're saying, like, how could I do that in May? There are some things that'll have to be dropped in at the very end, but all the content is created other than any last minute product release. It's done for June. I don't have to worry about it, right? I had a 3-hour window, so I sat down and I kicked it out because that took pressure off me. And I know that I can leave June 6th and not worry about that kind of thing and be present on the incentive trip, knowing that I'm not going to get back until late in the month of June, right? So consider what your schedule looks like, what you need to do to have engagement and work that in. So maybe here's a few more customer engagement ideas. You might want to say you're traveling. You might want to create a vacation themed Guess Where I Am series or a travel scent series. Okay, now we're here. This is the scent I brought. What scent would you have brought? Like you can do that stuff while you're on the go. People love that, right? Maybe you want to highlight what I packed for vacation. That's super fun too. Maybe you want to even create a customer fragrance of the week calendar, which you could pre-record videos every week. Hey, this is my fragrance of the week. This is awesome. And here's why I love it. Here's why I chose it. You can, I mean, don't wear the same clothes for 12 weeks of them. Get up and change your clothes, but you could pre-record 2-minute videos and have them all done, scheduled to drop, right? So here's the thing. It is okay to be on vacation, but your business doesn't have to be absent. Now, let me just say this. So this is really important. You should tell your audience you're okay. It's away. It's okay. Be real, be human. Show them that you are taking a vacation. Show them that you are present with your family. Show them that this business allows you to enjoy your time because people don't want a business that owns your life. And if they think that they are a slave to this business, they would never want to join, right? Show them, they want to see that the business gives you freedom to live your life and it doesn't dictate your life, right? It doesn't own your life. No one wants a business that takes them away from their people. Well, some people might. Some people with like triplet toddlers might want a business that takes them away for a few hours a week. I'm just saying. But it's important that you be present where you're present. So let people know you're on vacation, but that you have prepared your business and you still have them taken care of, right? You might even like want to set up an autoresponder. I don't do this, by the way, but I know people who do. You might want to set up, if you use Meta, like you can set up a reply to your messages, right? So that people know that, this is what you're doing and this is, it might take a little longer for you to reply to them, and that's okay. Okay, so let's make this really practical. I'm going to give you just a couple ideas of how to actually work during a busy summer. Okay. The goal is not to hustle 24/7. It's to be intentional in short bursts of time. So as I said, you might want to wake up 30 minutes early or go to bed 30 minutes late. If you knew you had 30 minutes to work your business, You would not spend it on on things that didn't matter, right? You might want to brain dump your to-do list into 3 categories. Create, so that would be like content. Connect, that would be relationships. Close, that would be like closing out orders, parties, sales. You might want to make it a goal to send 3 reach outs before breakfast. You can schedule these too, like I said. You might want to schedule a story while your coffee brews in the morning if you're a coffee drinker. You might want to set a timer, 15-minute power sessions, 15 minutes throughout the day. I know I've got a window here. I've got a window here. Maybe you want to work while you're waiting in a carpool line or at nap time or while you're waiting for swim team practice to be over. Wherever you are, use the time you have and you can accomplish a lot. Maybe you walk every evening and you want to utilize that. Now, if it's a family walk, definitely not, right? But say you just get out in the morning or in the evening and walk, send voice memos while you walk. My friend Sarah Robbins is the queen of that. Like I know because I can hear she's like walking in her neighborhood, which she has a big hill up to her house, and she's like, I just want to let you know I'm praying for you, and I was thinking about this, blah, blah, blah. Like she utilizes that time, and it's great. And I love that she is taking advantage of her time, and makes the walk go by faster, right? So maybe you want to pre-make, like work on things while you're binge watching TV, right? Maybe, well, not maybe, this is a non-negotiable to me. Set family expectations. So one of the things that I did when my kids were little, and I still do it, in the summer, I would say, listen, I'm going to work until noon, and then I'm going to shut the door to my office at noon, and then we're going to have pool time, or then we're going to do whatever. And we made it a habit of working until Steve and I would work until a certain time. And then we were intentional and committed to what we had told our kids we would do. And so we would spend the afternoon out in our pool. Now, when you live in the Houston, Texas area, like we did then, it was hot and you wanted to be in your pool, right? But you have to honor that commitment. So maybe you don't have kids at home. Maybe you are telling yourself, okay, I'm going to work until this time. And then I'm going to go sit outside and get some vitamin D. I still make it in the summer a practice to step away and take a break every single day outside to get some vitamin D. I just go out to my back porch and I just sit and I roll up my sleeves. If I don't have like something sleeveless, I never have anything sleeveless on, but I roll up my sleeves and I just soak in like 30 minutes of vitamin D, and it's really good. It's good for you. Maybe you want to involve your kids. Okay. Maybe your kids want to help with Happy Meal. Now, let me give you this caveat because I am an Enneagram 8 type A personality. Done beats perfect. Perfection is not the priority. Let your kids label your things. Let your kids stamp your things. Let them put stickers on your Happy Mail. They might not be in the exact order or the exact way you want them to be. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody looks at the sticker and says, that wasn't perfect. Oh, what was she thinking? She didn't pay attention to that. No, you can even make a big deal about how the kids are helping you this summer in your business or your grandkids if you're babysitting them, whatever the case may be. You might want to do a TikTok or a reel or just even go live on social media with your family, asking their opinion of a summer scent. I think about Melanie's daughter. Melanie's daughter, when she goes to Scentsy Family Reunion, she makes it a goal to go up to everyone, like Heidi Norville, Dan, leaders, everyone, and ask them what they think SFR is. And then she makes a super fun reel about it. Or I think the question's always been SFR, but maybe it's different questions, right? Super fun, right? Engage your family. Some of your kids or grandkids are better at social media than we are. Take advantage of them. You can assemble samples or put fundraiser packets together as a family. My parents, like my dad's has passed, but my parents used to always put together all that kind of thing when they would come visit. Or when I'd be out of town and they'd be babysitting, I would leave them with tasks like that because they felt helpful and there was no reason they couldn't do it, right? Maybe you want to make a family summer goal chart. Okay, when mom hits 3,000 PRV this month, we get to do XYZ. We're going to go to the water park. We're going to have a fun family day at the beach. We're going to do whatever. But if you make a goal chart, then people feel invested. Like you can even sit down and have a Sunday meeting with your family. This is what we've got going on, and this is what I'm working towards. But whatever you're working towards has to benefit your family. If it doesn't benefit your family, they don't see the value of what you do, and you're just taking time away from them, which isn't the goal. So get their buy-in and their investment, make it worthwhile for them, and then ask for their help, right? You can even turn family fun into content, right? Share your life, share how this business allows you to do things, do it compliantly with the income disclosure statement if you're talking money, of course. But remember that 80-20 rule, like over 80% of what you share should be about you. People follow you for you. People buy from you because of who you are. They could buy from anyone. They buy from you because of who you are. In the summer, you have so many added experiences to share life, right? Now, but set those boundaries, okay? And don't just set boundaries, honor them. The worst thing that you can do for your kids, your spouse, your grandkids, your friends, anyone, is to set some guidelines. We're going to stop working at this time and go do this, and not honor it. Okay. Your family will resent you. They'll resent your business, and they won't trust you if you don't honor your commitments to them. You do this business for them and to be of value for them, not to take away from them. So be intentional. And when you are present with them, put your phone down. You might not think they realize. You might be like, oh, they're teenagers. They aren't paying any attention. Trust me, they do. They're watching, right? So put your phone down and be present be present wherever you are. When you're working your business, be present working your business and be intentional with your time and how you use it. When you're present with your family, be present with your family and be intentional. Now let's talk for just a couple of minutes about your customers, because customers still want fragrance in the summer. Customers aren't gone in the summer. It's just a different season. They might just want it served a little differently. So they want easy, they want fun, they want seasonal, right? How many people do you know warming, and now maybe by the time we get to August, how many people do you know warming pumpkin roll in their home or Christmas cottage in June? People want light, they want summer fragrances, they want fruity, they want all that kind of stuff, right? We have so many options in the catalog. So you might have to get creative in how you sell to them. Maybe sip and snips by the pool. Okay. You might want to offer vacation survival kits. In fact, we just threw this out. We just did summer road trip mystery bags. And it's a mystery. They don't know what they're going to get, but it's summer road stuff. So you guys know that means it's going to be like a Scentsy Air Solo in there. It's going to be pods. It's going to be that kind of thing, right? Stuff you can take with you. You could call them vacation survival kits. People need different things, like in their RVs if they're camping, or if they're legit camping in a tent, they need, different products, right? They're not going to plug in a warmer. Maybe you want to do a pop-up on a patio. Maybe there's a block party going on, or there's a barbecue, and you want to say, hey, to the host, hey, we could do this differently. I'm just going to come set up, and your people are here to have fun, and I'm just going to be off to the side, and I'm just going to add a little value, and you're going to earn host rewards. Or maybe you want to turn it into a fundraiser. I'm going to donate part of my commission to a cause you're really passionate about. You can tell your guests that's why I'm here, because you feel passionate about XYZ, and I want to help support that. Summer mystery bags, obviously. Maybe you know people who have Airbnbs or vacation rentals, or are going to have a lot of guests for the summer, like in and out. When we lived at the beach, like our schedule was booked with people who came to visit. Like they'd be like, oh, it was funny. A lot of them were Scentsy people. They'd be like, oh, is this week available? I would be like, no. Kelly Tinney already booked that week. Is this weekend available? No, Jacqueline Roy already booked that week. Like, what I'm saying? It was like funny. But you can offer, like, I would call them like clean cabin kits or guest kits, where you would curate some kind of bundle that your customers could have on hand for guests coming, or if they have a vacation rental, so that it would always smell good. You could, ask who's going on vacation and create vacation fragrance experiences. We all know fragrance evokes memories, and you want your family to leave that vacation and link it to a scent. So you can help your customers create that and have a scent. They can have a scent experience while they're gone. Because, 5 years later, when their kids smell that scent again, they're going to think about that trip to Disney or that trip to wherever. So especially if they, or just vacations in general, if they do that over and over and they use the same scent, right? Giftable bundles, bridal showers, wedding gifts. It is the summer season. And like, let's just talk about bridal shower. Like, let's talk about bridal showers for a little bit. Scentsy fragrance flowers, fantastic gift for guests. Also, really good to put on tables at weddings, right? The fragrance flower makes a beautiful experience. It's also really good for a wedding party gift. Grace is just going to keep scratching while I finish this up because I don't know where Steve is. So it is what it is. Okay. Think about all those things. You might want to do vacation unboxing reels, pack your Scentsy and show it in action on your vacation. Now, you don't have to show it in real time if you don't want to. You can create that reel and you can show, like, there is no rule on social media. I guess Grace does need to go out. Go. There is no rule on social media that what you create now, you have to post now. In fact, a lot of people don't post while they're on vacation publicly because they don't want, if their profiles are set to public, they don't want people to know they're out of town and their house is empty, right? So consider all the things like that as well. Okay. So we too, and so those are just some ideas, right? You know, you might want to create 6-packs for specific seasons, or, you know, people love when you make it easy for them and you just give them here's my 6-pack of the week, or here is my, you know, my bundle of the week. It doesn't even have to just be bars. It could be pods, it could be room sprays, all the things, right? So encourage all that kind of thing. It's just a little different spin on the rest of the year, right? So summer is not slow when you shift how you serve people. And that's a fact. You know, people used to say, oh, the J months are so slow. The J months don't have to be slow. And we have a lot of people who have J months that are not slow. So I feel like that was a pre-COVID thing when people talked about J months all the time. So we too are shifting some of the things we're doing this summer. So let's talk about that for a minute. We still want to show up and we want to serve you. Okay. And so but we too have lives and families and summers, right? Summer happens. And so we're still committed to providing you with great value this summer, but we also want to honor our family and our commitments first, because we want to teach you by example. So we have a few pivots as to what we are doing. Yes. Oh, exactly. Saturday 6-packs and add them, create a cart for them, make it super easy, right? You can even schedule those to text out every Saturday morning if you want. You can make it easy. And you can sit down and create 12 weeks of them all at once. You can even share #HowI'mWorking in your team page with the pictures you've created, and no one has to do all the work themselves. This is a season in the summer to really lean in to helping each other and not duplicating efforts. So #HowI'mWorking over and over and over. Give people ideas of how you're working successfully this summer to make it easier for them too. Okay, so here's what's coming this summer, because we do have some pivots. So number one, Team Talk Tuesday, summer edition, is going to look a little different. We, in June and July, will not be doing live Team Talk Tuesdays. We're going to give you that hour back, that 40 minutes to an hour every Tuesday night. Now it's up to you how you spend that time. I would encourage you to be intentional, whether that be spend it with your family, spend it on personal development, go for a walk outside, or commit that you're still going to go into your office or lock yourself in a closet or whatever you do to work without distractions and still use that hour. If you need that stability, then still keep that into your calendar. It's up to you how you spend your time. But here's what we're going to do instead. We're still committed to bringing you value and training. We're just going to do it different. So in June and July, there are going to be pre-recorded trainings that will drop every Tuesday by the end of the day in Jess's group page and my group page. Okay. So will not be live. You will not be showing up here. Now, the other things that we do live, like Leaders Lounge, that kind of thing, that's still happening. Okay. But this training is going to be recorded. We're also going to have a board for it. Jess is taking the month of June for the most part, because our topic, which I really love, is in June it's social media and ChatGPT to work smarter, not harder through the summer and in your business in general. So we have topics like using ChatGPT in your business, mastering your message, right? Pillars in your digital handshake, social selling without feeling salesy, and like your stories, polls, interactive, messaging the right people in the right way, and the Sunday reset. So setting up your week on Sunday with the important things and using ChatGPT to make that easier. And that'll be things like not just like planning your content, but like scalable systems and like even planning your meals, right? ChatGPT can help you. Did you know that ChatGPT can not only help you plan your meals? I mean, you can be really specific. Hey, can you create meals, like a list of meals I can create in 20 minutes or less, where chicken is the main course, and I have picky family members who won't eat the following 4 things, and I'm not a really good cook, so it can't be complicated. Could you give me a list of 20 recipes and then also a shopping list to go with it, right? Like get creative, use these things to your advantage, work smarter, not harder. And then in July, we're going to do a back to the basics. And again, we'll be recording them. Now, if you are in our inner circle, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute, if you're in our inner circle, we know that you have had some of this training before, especially the June training, right? Well, you've had some in the back to the basics. Back to the basics, I will tell you, is always important because the most successful people just do the basics better. That's all. They just do the basics better. There is no there's like this business is not hard. It's not complicated. You just have to consistently do the basics, right? To have success. But in the inner circle, what we're going to do in June and July is we're going to drop in our group pages the training on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we're going to give you an extra value in the inner circle. Now that might look different weeks. Maybe it's going to be extra ChatGPT prompts. Maybe it's going to be extra resources. Maybe it's going to be an extra live with something a little next level. Maybe it's going to be something you can do with your team. Whatever the case may be, you are going to get something extra in the inner circle every single week that aligns with our topic. Okay. So, we hope that'll be really valuable to you. Now, it will also not be a massive time commitment because it's summer and we want you to be present with your families this summer. We want you to be boating. We want you to be hiking. We want you to be shopping. Whatever it is you do in the summer, we want you to be doing it. So then a sneak peek for August, we are planning to do a recruiting boot camp to help you maximize the opportunity with the incentive that we assume will start August 1st, because that's usually when the incentive starts. We'll probably start that, I think, like the week of August 11th, but you'll get more information as we go through the summer. But that will be a program like we've done in the past, where we've done these other programs. It'll be a totally different program, okay? Inner Circle Summer Edition. Our Inner Circle, our next session is going to run June through August. So it's going to be 3 months of Inner Circle access. Everyone who participated in the Inner Circle, January through May, will be receiving an invite back for the summer. Okay? January through May, you're going to get an invite back and you will be in there all summer long. As I said, we're going to have some bonus content on Wednesdays, and we have some other surprises for you, including something that's really fun. We call it drunk dialing, but nobody's drunk really, but it's an opportunity to hear from some people that you guys want to hear from, which is, if you've been to any of my retreats where we've done this, you know, it's super fun. So we're going to do that. And then this fall, I'm going to tell you how you're going to earn your Inner Circle spot for the fall. You need 3,000 PRV over the course of the summer. That's 1,000 a month. It's the same as our criteria now, you'll notice, but it's collective, right? You're gonna need at least 1 new frontline. Now, I would encourage you to get 3 because consistency over time adds up, but you need 1. You need 30 new customers over the course of the summer, okay? Now, that's a few parties, that's 1 event, that's 1 fundraiser, that's 30, that's it. And you need to continue to hashtag how I'm working at least twice a week, every week, June, July, and August in your group. Like whether that be Jess's group, my group, you need to contribute the value to share with others, okay? And we are also rebranding the opportunity group. We know that third-party tools work. We know they're super important. We are giving it a new name. It was named with Jess's team name was in it, which I think was confusing because sometimes some of her team members would also post in there thinking it was her team page. But also I know some of you that were in my group were like, why do we have that name? So one of the names, I think it's what we have it named now, but we might be changing it. We don't know, is Life with Scentsy, Real Talk and Info. Okay. And yes, that is compliant. I may just send a message to compliance today to ask them. So it is compliance. As long as you can use that, as long as we aren't indicating that it is a Scentsy corporate page, which we're not. Okay. So you will be seeing more and more with that because we know it works. It does a heavy lifting for you. So you are going to be hearing more about that, especially the leaders and those of you in the inner circle. Okay. Now, May is not over, so let me just give you really quick, in as quick as I can, let me just give you some ideas of how to close your month strong, okay? Because the month is not over, and some of you, I think anyone can add 200 to 500 PRV the last few days of this month with intention, if you work with intention. So our focus bonus 2 warmers launch tomorrow, right? That's that extra $10 that you're going to get in commissions. You have to sell 2 of them. You have to sell either 2 wings warmers, 2 letterboard warmers, or one of each to unlock this promotion. But it is a bonus commission opportunity for you. It goes about a week. There's no limit to how many you can sell. If you sell 50 of them, 50 times 10 is 500. That'd be an extra $500 in commission. Okay. They are while supplies last. Just know that. So reach out specifically to 10 customers who you think might like these tomorrow. Do it right away. If there's a group you've done fundraising for, maybe you want to reach out and it's up to you, but maybe you want to give a bonus commission on those warmers because you'd have 10 extra dollars to play with, right? So you could enhance a give back to a group potentially. Do it compliantly, share compliantly, of course, right? Maybe you want to offer 24-hour only mystery bags. When I do mystery bags, I do them like these are available today only. There has to be a call to action. Otherwise, people are like, maybe I'll think about that, right? 24-hour mystery bags do really well for me. Again,
I have a quick question.
yes.
The 2 warmer qualification. So when you sell the 2 warmers, then do you get the $10 for each of those warmers you sold?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so you have to sell 2 to unlock the promotion, but you get the $10 on those 2 you sell. So
Okay.
you sell your first 2, that's $20 in extra commission. That's on top of your normal commission that you're going to get. And then for each one after that, you don't have to sell them in bundles, the 2 after that, but you have to sell 2 to unlock it, right? And
Okay.
then it'll be $10 for each additional one. So if you sell 100 of them, that'd be an extra $1,000 in commission. Now, because it starts the end of this month, but it runs into June, that is paid out on your July 9th/10th commission payout. Okay. So,
And does it have to go to a non-consultant person or can it be through the consultant?
I mean, they haven't said it couldn't be through the consultant.
Okay, because I'm just saying, we all have a lot of local people, so I'm not gonna, if I can save people on shipping and do a bulk order myself, then I'm going to.
Yeah. I mean, has anyone heard otherwise on that? No. Okay.
Okay.
Neither. Okay. So 24-hour mystery bags you might want to do. Road trip bundles. I already mentioned those. I just threw those out to my people. You can get creative with what your price points is. You know your customers best, but you can make those super fun. Hamish, the weighted buddy, right? Is he still available? I did not check today. I'm assuming he's still available. Someone tell me he's still available. Shake your head yes or no. Okay, we're going to assume he is because I did not check today because I've been on Zoom all day. But reach out to your customers who purchased Hamish in the past. Reach out to your customers who purchased a weighted blanket. Reach out to your customers who wanted him before when he was live and didn't get him because he sold out so quick, right? I would challenge you. Can you sell, if they're still available, can you sell 3 of them this week? Right? 3 of them. That would add some PRV, right? Last chance on the early access for the destination collection. Did you purchase your 2 destination collection pre-orders? Do you have VIPs who are local to you that might want to get their hands on it a little bit early, right? You can order 2 of those sets, right? If you haven't ordered them, text some of your VIPs and say, I've got 2 of these I can order. You're one of my VIPs, you're my best customers. That would be May PRV for you. Okay. I would encourage you to reach out to 20 customers one-on-one, offering them something that you know they may want or like. 20 customers that you know. Now you can stalk their social media. You can look back on your order history, but be intentional. Don't be like, hey, do you need anything? No. Be like, hey, I know you love plants and you don't have these two plant warmers. I know that you love clean fragrances, and these are my top 6 new fragrances. Do you need more wax? Like, it's been a while since you bought light bulbs or cotton cleanups, and I know you've got 40 warmers in your house. You probably need some light bulbs, right? See if you can put together a party size order. But be intentional. Okay. What's one thing they might want or need?
You
Okay.
could look up people's order history and see who ordered a purifier and who needs a
Yes.
filter.
Yeah. Who needs filters? You guys, if they ordered a purifier 6 months ago, like if they haven't changed their filter, they might not know what that little red light means, right? And that filter is nasty at this point. So they need new filters. As I said, where are your brides? Find out who's getting married in the next year and pitch a few things to them. Fragrance flowers on the tables at the reception hall, or buy the gifts, or wherever. Create a signature scent for their wedding, right? Gifting of fragrance flowers. You can do any product you want beyond fragrance flowers, but fragrance flowers are beautiful. We are using them for multiple things for my son and future daughter-in-law's wedding coming up. So, and you know what, they do make really nice gifts too for bridal parties or special family members, especially if it's in a signature fragrance. Like, weddings are next level now, and it isn't just about like they want to elevate everything. Thankfully, I have a future daughter-in-law who is not at all a bridezilla, thank the Lord, but she does want it to be special, right? And she was actually planning to incorporate some solo wood in some of her things. And I was like, we got fragrance flowers that are the same thing. So, Lilo and Stitch, I mentioned it earlier. If you have people that you only reached out to them once about Lilo and Stitch, or you posted it once, if you posted and prayed and didn't get great results, it's because like 2 to 3% of your audience saw your post. People have to see things over and over and over to buy. Share it again. Host your own text party the end of this month, right? Do you want some destination collection products? So for your personal use, get a party's worth of orders that you're the host of. And so you get some of those things for yourself. Create those summer 6-packs, right? Like you could create a summer starts now 6-pack, right? It could be, or a summer starts now bundle of different products they might want, or a vacation bundle. Like, you just get creative. People want different things. You might want to offer free shipping to your locals if you have a qualified party. And if you're collecting a party's worth of orders yourself, you're going to, maybe have that opportunity. Of course, be compliant in how you share these things. If you only shared your whiff box once this month, like, this whiff box is really good, go live again and show it and be authentic. Okay, I really would show you this bar, but I used it. Here's the empty clamshell because it was so good. And then same thing with Scentsy Club. If you haven't unboxed your Scentsy Club this month, do it live and talk about the perks of it, especially those bricks. You guys, I asked some of you for suggestions, I think it was last week, on what to do with some of my demo warmers, some warmers that I've used in the past. And so I went through my warmers, and then I got out a brick of black raspberry vanilla, because we all know black raspberry vanilla cleans the gunk out of every warmer. And so I've been using it. It's miraculous. Like, I've taken lots of footage that I'm going to be sharing later, because I think all of my customers need to keep some black raspberry vanilla on hand. They need a bar or two or a brick, because we all have those situations where you leave the wax in your warmer too long, and some fragrances just naturally do it. But that's a quick fix for the gunky. I mean, drop it too in the chat if you did not know that. Like, I've used a whole brick on all these warmers. Every warmer looks brand new. Every warmer.
I've
Now,
known
I
about it,
will
but
not
I've
say
never
that they're
tried
new.
it.
But what?
I said I've known about it, but I've never
Oh,
personally
it's so
tried it.
good. So good, you guys. It literally, no matter how, like, how bad it is, it literally wipes out. It is amazing. So, anyways, get creative in how you share this summer is my whole point, right? But use the last few days of this month to start building that momentum that's going to carry through. Don't just take the sale and think every customer of yours did not order from the sale. Maybe you had 10 customers, maybe you had 20, maybe you had 30. I don't know. Maybe you had 2, but you have other customers. So reach out to them, lean into this last few days so that you do have your best May ever, right? Build that momentum going into June. If you stop and pause this week, then that boulder starts to roll backwards a little bit. And then first of all, you get a backache, you might get rolled over, but you stop the momentum. So summer can look different, and that's okay. And it should feel lighter, but summer doesn't mean you stop. Differently doesn't mean done. And I want you to hear me when I say this. This business is built for flexibility, not inconsistency. Okay? It's built for flexibility, but not inconsistency. You can be consistent on your schedule and your way, though. So enjoy your summer, be present, make memories, do all the things. We want you to do all that, but also keep showing up, keep serving, keep planting seeds, because your fall success truly does start now. Drop a 2 in the chat if you want to have the best fall that you've ever had. There should be a whole lot of 2s in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want your fall to be Okay. So if you want to have that really great fall, it starts now. You start earning the fall incentive trip with the actions that you do now, because the things you do now get you in momentum for fall. You find your new fall recruits starting now because they're the people you're meeting now. The people that you are meeting socially now or through parties now become those fall recruits. Your next hosts, you start finding them now as customers, right? Your next customers, you start finding them now by authentically meeting people, by being a human, leaving your house, or engaging on social media, however you choose to do it. But those customers, they start now by authentic relationship building. Like some of you say, okay, you guys have given us strategies for meeting people in Facebook groups and for like joining things in our community, but like how long does it take to convert them? Join these things now. Spend the summer being a human and building real relationships, and some of those will convert this fall, right? If you stop your business this summer, the forward momentum that it will take, because you'll lose 60 to 90 days of momentum. So when you come back to work your business in September, it will take you until the mid to end of November to regain that momentum. And that means you've missed all of the heavy fall selling season. And that is a disservice to you. It's a disservice to your business. It's a disservice to your family. So be intentional, pivot, but don't stop. All right. You guys have got this. I know you do. All right. Where do we find what is leaving? Great question. Let me stop the recording. Let me see if I can stop the recording. It didn't want me to start it. Let's see if it'll let me